Loosely inspired by the Guy Ritchie movie of the same name, the first season of The Gentleman, also created by Guy Ritchie, sees a war veteran return home to inherit the dukedom from his ailing father, as well as the estate, the fortune and the secret drug empire he's now running in the shadows. The Gentleman is a fun, entertaining time, just not the smartest or thought-provoking times you'll ever have. It's a crime thriller with comedic elements, just like the movie that inspired it, and it takes some ideas and concepts from the movie and does its own thing with them. Notably, this is not an adaptation or continuation of the movie, nor is it overtly set in the same world as the movie. What it is generic. If you've ever seen a crime thriller before, particularly a British crime thriller, you'll recognise some of the cliches, tropes and stereotypes. The show takes some very formulaic and traditional crime or gangster concepts and does its own version of them, including underground fighting, drug trades, rival gangs, betrayals and more. While it is generic and straightforward on a story front, it's even more so on a character front. Its characters lack depth and sophistication, with many of them being glorified stereotypes. There's the English gentleman venturing into a world he doesn't belong in, a stoic, straight-faced, no-nonsense gangster, a threatening gangster, a charming butler type character, an unhinged, unreliable comedic character, and so on. The show also tries to mix comedy, crime, action and suspense into one package. It does a decent job of it, with the lack of originality being the main downfall, but its comedy rarely works all that well either. It's filled with one-liners, a pacing that often breaks the comedic timing, and editing that becomes a touch too predictable when its purpose and style is repeated across 8 episodes. It's a show that clearly has a budget and it runs right up to the limits of that budget. Much of the action takes place off-screen, including gory moments. Large set pieces are often rather empty when it comes to people being there, and it tries to use style to compensate for its lack of substance. All of this makes The Gentleman sound like a bad show. It's not though. The Gentleman is a very fun, enjoyable show, just not one that's always going to capture your attention. Its story and characters aren't all that original or detailed, but the cast is likeable and they're charismatic enough to compensate. Its crime elements are interesting despite lacking sophistication or originality, and its comedy is very hit and miss. It lacks the style and energy of the movie, but it presents you with a fun time, just not necessarily a good time or one that you're going to remember a week from now.